What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to the set, where I am your boy Money Matt, and today we are going to get into my review of the Google Pixel Watch 3 LTE 45mm version, because that's really the only version to get, right? Let's jump right into it, man. Now, first things first, let's talk about the size, because we already hinted at it. The 45 is the way to go, right? But when compared to the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic in the 47mm version, right, the Pixel Watch still feels a bit toyish. And I know it's because of the slugs on the side and that rotating bezel. I get it, but it's fine. But if you remove those stock straps, like me, I opted into getting the Spigen rugged strap to give it some bulk. It definitely makes the watch stand out, I say, a bit more than it normally would, just because of the shape of the Pixel Watch. Even though I know if you're buying a Pixel Watch, you're really into that minimalistic design that they have with that design language with the Pixel Watch, Pixel phone. Ultra minimalist, right? I get that, but I like the best of both worlds. But with that, it comes the second thing: battery life. I say the battery life is decent for a watch its size. With a quick morning charge after the sleep tracking, I normally get about 24 hours of use without having to go into battery saving mode, and that's just one of those things that's great. Now, speaking of sleep tracking, it's amazing, and the fact that I actually need that is one of those things, of those use cases when you talk about these type of devices, that actually makes it worth more when you spend that money on that said device. Now, the other thing that comes to mind is the cardio issue, the cardio things that come with the Pixel, right? You get the cardio load, you get the heart tracking, you got the A-Fit, you got all the suite for the cardio things that go on with this watch. So not only does Apple have those, Samsung, Google Pixel has those same benefits. When you talk about someone who actually has a heart condition, those things are clutch when it comes to a wearable. Again, I'm coming from the Galaxy Watch 6. It's great. It's probably one of the best phones that I've had. But it's just something about the Pixel, man, that just, I like the Pixel 1 and 2 design, but I'm a 6'3" tall male that, you know, it just wouldn't seem right for me to have on a Pebble on my arm. I know that was a watch brand back in the day, but it just didn't make any sense for me to wear that little bitty dot on my arm. I tried. I had the 1 and the 2, but when they said they were making this version, I already knew that I had to have it. So those are some of just those things that really called me to the Pixel device. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the actual, or I'm sorry, super actual display, which is the same one that you would find on the 2024 Pixel phones, and it is freaking gorgeous. The peak brightness outdoors is fantastic. The viewing angles are great. The always on display does not seem to drain the battery too much, thanks to how dim the screen gets when it's not in use. One nit, just one nit. Yeah, I'm singing songs now, but that makes a hell of a difference when it comes to the always on display in the Pixel Watch 3. Now, we got to talk about what's under the hood. We got a Snapdragon Wear 5100 processor plus a Cortex M33 coprocessor. Now, that little guy handles the load while it's in battery saving mode, so you don't have to sacrifice so many of the features when you're running low. Now, we all know how that gets when you're on a display, right, and you love it, you want to crank it up all the way to the top, right, you just can't do it, so you throw it in battery saving mode and you just really just have a regular watch on. Like, what are we doing here, right? Yeah, it doesn't really work that way. But it's one of those things that Google really thought forward on and slapped that coprocessor in there to handle that load. And we got, yeah, it's not on par with the Apple, where Apple Watch Ultra, the Samsung Watch Ultra, which essentially is just the same thing as the Apple Watch Ultra, but I've had both and I can't hate on them. But this watch is not that. This watch is mainly geared towards the person who are really in the Google ecosystem and quite possibly were in the Fitbit ecosystem, because the design language really screams Fitbit on this watch. So when we talk about that, we talk about the fitness tracking. Now, if you're a person that is very, very active or wants to be active, the Fitbit integration is top notch. Now, I'm not as active as I used to be, but for the basic tracking features that we got going on here, it's spot on. Now, one of the features that I'm particularly glad to have is the cardio load. Now, you might say, what is cardio load? Now, cardio load measures the strain on your heart from exercising. Now, helping you understand that if you're training, it helps you be more productive and maintaining your fitness and not overdoing it. So that's essentially what cardio load is. And again, somebody who, yeah, that has a cardio issue, that's spot on for me when I'm trying to get in shape. Now, there are some features locked behind the Fitbit paywall, but for casual users, you won't miss them, because this thing is packed full of things to help you track, from water intake, all the normal stuff that you would normally get on a Samsung smartwatch. You will get that here, but in the Fitbit flavor. Now, finally, the Google Home app integration is so freaking convenient, bro. Without saying keywords and all of that stuff, I can just look down at my wrist, make 2 swipes, and I'm in there. Controlling the house from the wrist is something that I just never would have thought that would like be so freaking amazing for me. But it is. So the question is this watch for everyone? No, it's not necessarily. But if you love the previous Pixel watch and you wanted a bigger screen and better battery life, the Fold 5, like MJ when he came back, is definitely the way to go. See how I just snuck that basketball sneaker? Yeah, whatever. You got it. Now, for me, coming from the Watch 6 Classic, the transition has been smooth, as it should be, because both of them are Wear OS devices, right? It's been super smooth, but I must say the only thing that I've missed is the rotating bezel, and possibly those slugs to make my watch look more like a real watch. But that's neither here nor there. If you buy this watch, you really know what you're gonna get. You're getting a minimalistic design, or if you're like me, you want to take it, unstrap it, and put it in a Spigen rugged watch strap thingy to make it seem like it's a ultra device. That's what you get. So I don't know, I got no complaints about it, man. Not at all. I have worn this watch every day since I've acquired it. I have not picked back up the Galaxy S. Well, no, it's not an S watch. The Galaxy Watch 6. The Samsung always sneaking an S in there somewhere. But I have not picked that watch up since I got the Pixel watch. So that should tell you something right there. And I love that rotating bezel. I bought the Classic for that reason. And the 7 does not have a rotating bezel. It has that touch sensitive bezel. Stop it, knock it off, Samsung. I need that. I know y'all gonna give it to us next year. You always do that. You skip one. It's fine. I'm digressing, right? But that's it for the review on the Google Pixel Watch 3. Not a lot to see here. It's a smartwatch that's small, does a lot of good things as far as health tracking, sleep tracking, and possibly things that make you more conscious of your health. That's what we got, man. Nothing major, but I do give it the Money Matt stamp of approval. So that's all I got for you today, man. I'm gonna go do something productive with the rest of my life, as you should too. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button on your way out, because it does help the channel, does get me in the algorithm, so more people can see the kind of crazy shit we talk about here on the set. I'm your boy Money Matt, man. I'm gonna get on out of here. Peace.